gentlemen, the NBA playoffs is right around the corner. Everyone knows who they're playing, except the 7, 8, 9, and 10 seeds, obviously, in each conference, because they're in the play-in game, which the play-in games this year in the West and in the East seem pretty exciting. Two teams, I'm pretty sure, below 500 in the East aren't making it. I'm going to double check on that. Yeah, two teams in the East that are below 500. They have the possibility of making the playoffs. It's crazy to me. That's my only issue about the play-in is that teams like that can make it, but most of the time they don't. So I don't think we have to worry about that. But Clippers, Mavericks in the West, that's the playoff series that most excites me, and Phoenix and Minnesota. Those are two ones that I'm most excited to watch. But Clippers, Mavs. I got all the notes here of what I want to talk about, and I'm just going to explain how it's going to go. I have three things I want to say about the Clippers and a counter argument that goes along with them. And then for the Mavs end, I have two things that also come with counter arguments to those points that I have for the topic, if that's the right word. All right. The Los Angeles Clippers. Is Kawhi really healthy? This is the biggest issue with Kawhi Leonard that we have every fucking year. Is he healthy or is he not? Is he going to be able to play 16 games? And that's just saying if they sweep everyone and win the championship by a sweep, which that's not going to happen. No team's ever done that. The only teams that have been close that I can think of on the top of my head is the Lakers and the Warriors. And I just don't think they're going to win 16 games. Nor do I think they going to win the championship. But is Kawhi really healthy? No. He's definitely not healthy. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. Clippers fans, I'm talking to you. You know who I'm talking about. I know you're watching. He's not healthy. Last year, he played 2 games in the playoffs. And don't get me wrong, against the Suns in those 2 games, I think he had 38 in one game and 32 in the other. And if they were healthy last year, I think they probably would have beat the Suns. If Russ had played how he played with Kawhi being healthy. And I'm pretty sure Paul George missed like a game or two. Maybe I'm just not remembering correctly because that was a shitty season for my team. But I'm pretty sure he missed a game or two. That's probably wrong, but whatever. Is he healthy? 2 games missed last year. Not surprising that he got hurt. The year before that, he missed 4 games and also got beat by the Suns. Kawhi, I just don't get it. I don't get it. If the injury's that bad, don't play. But if you guys believe that as a team, he's 70% at the most, he has to play. This is the final year for the Clippers to be like, hey, listen, this is our chance here. Like, personally, I had them coming out of the West until Denver, obviously. But if Kawhi is healthy, this changes the entire series on what I think is going to happen. And I hope he is. I want a 7-game series. And if Kawhi is hurt and has to miss a game or two, this series could be over in 5. I truly believe it could be over in 5 with Kawhi being hurt. All right, on to Harden. Is Harden going to step up and actually be like a good, competent basketball player in the playoffs this year? Because last year against the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Eastern Conference semifinals, he had 2 40-point games, 40-plus point games. And the only reason why I truly remember that, other than these little shitter games that he had, is because he had that kid sitting courtside. But last year, he had a 8-point game, a 9-point game, and a 12-point game in the playoffs. And you might be thinking to yourself, maybe he had 10, 11 assists. Maybe 9 assists. No. I think maybe one of those games he had 10 assists. But his plus-minus was horrible. I think he was like minus 20. But as a viewer of the game that we all enjoy and that we all love. I expect players to not play 100% to their levels every night in the playoffs. It's a tough, long road to the finals. And you know what? It's fine. As long as you do enough to make your team come out on top, it's fine with me. But if you are going to be holding back your team from winning the championship, if Kawhi is healthy and he plays like this, then I don't know how much of a shot they really do have. James Harden is the main facilitator on that floor. He's averaging 16, 5, and 8. If he averages 16, 5, and 8, 100% the Clippers are going to beat the Mavericks. I don't have a doubt in my mind. That's not true. I just take back what I just said. I think it's more of in the Clippers' odds than it is right now for me on if what I think is going to happen is going to happen. But, yeah, I mean, Harden has to play well for the Clippers. He can't have these shitter games like you're probably expecting and I'm probably expecting. He can't, especially if Kawhi's not hurt. The Mavericks. Luka has been cooking this season. He's my MVP. Jokic deserves it as well. Voters fatigue is a thing. Hold on a second. Voters fatigue is a thing that happens in the NBA. I mean, there's a reason why he didn't win it last year. Embiid probably would have won it this year, gone back to back, but he's been dealing with injuries. That's why they're in the play-in game. Luka's been averaging 33, 9, and 9, closer to 34, 9, and 10, almost a 34-point triple-double. I mean, obviously Russ has done that, won MVP, but it just 34, 10, and 10, especially with this team, just feels crazy. For the Mavs to win this series, Luka has to take advantage of the pick and roll and drop coverage. Because in the drop coverage, Luka can pocket pass, lob pass, and punish the help side defense. I mean, off the top of my head, I'm thinking of that one play in Cleveland. I don't know. It definitely wasn't last year. It was probably the year before. Where drop coverage had happened, help side defender came over the head pass to the corner, and they made the shot. I'm pretty sure it was to Tim Hardaway. That could be definitely wrong. But I remember it. I remember that play happening. I just don't see how this Clippers team can stop the Mavericks pick and roll, especially with Gafford and Derek Lively. I don't see how it's going to happen. And I hope Derek Lively plays with a lot of heart, especially from what had just happened to him recently, which is horrible. Rest in peace, Mama Lively. But yeah, has to take advantage of the pick and roll. I don't see a world where they don't abuse it. Makes sense. Suns abused it against them in the playoffs, not last year, but the year before, or 2 years before that, with DeAndre, and I think they can definitely do the same thing with Lively and Gafford. I just don't think it's gonna even be a chance that the Clippers can stop it. He also needs to take advantage of the defense on his own. Obviously, there's no world that anyone's going to stop Luka. The only person that's going to stop Luka is just Luka himself. If he gets in his own head, which we rarely see that happen. He's a very self-conscious player. He still takes a lot of shots, but he knows when his teammates are open. And I'm not just talking about taking advantage of the defense on his own and just go getting 40 points in this whole series just to cook the Clippers. I'm talking getting everyone open. Like what I said, for the pick and roll, punish the help side. It's Luka, and my counter argument to this was Luka needs just to have a bad game or to get in foul trouble or get ejected. I don't see a world where they stop Luka at all, especially with how he's been playing as of recent. Second point for the Mavericks, Kyrie. Kyrie has been going nuts as of late. Him and Luka look like the amazing dynamic duo. Kendrick Perkins said, haven't seen this Kyrie since, what was it, Uncle Drew maybe? That was funny from Kendrick. I despise that band, but that was funny. He's been averaging 25, 5-5. The perfect duo for Luka. I mean, the only thing that Kyrie has to do is just stay ready. Stay what he's been doing this season. I mean, I know he's had injuries and then all that, but he just has to stay ready. He just has to stay ready. If he doesn't stay ready, this is where the Clippers can win this series, with or without Kawhi. I think if Kyrie has a horrible series and Luka has to take advantage of it on his own, which is definitely possible. We've seen it before, but Luka always is going to need just that help guy like they brought in Kyrie for. And then for the Clips, what they have to do for Kyrie as well is just take advantage of his size with their athletic guards. Terrence Mann, athletic guard, good defender. Russell Westbrook, athletic guard, can jump out of the gym. Not as much as he used to, but he still can. Paul George, he's not going to be able to guard Paul George. And then even Harden. Kyrie's not a defensive liability by any means, but he's not the greatest defender on this earth that we've ever seen. He's not a Kawhi. He's not like a LeBron, but he's not a bad defender. But he can be taken advantage of just by the size aspect of it. When everything's all said and done, I think the Mavericks take this series. I truly do. Even if Kawhi is healthy, like I said, I think that they probably have the better odds to win this series if Kawhi's better. If Kawhi's healthy, sorry. I think that they have the better odds to, but I think this Mavericks team is on a run. Right now they finished the regular season pretty well. Luka might win MVP. We don't know. But Mavs get this done 6 games. At least. At most 6 games. This could go to 7. I think it could go to 7 if Luka does have a really bad game. I think it's definitely possible. But I think 6 at most. And then for the Clippers end, I think the Clippers have to win it in 7. If Kawhi's hurt or if Kawhi's healthy. Gentlemen, that was my take on the Clippers-Mavericks series. Probably come out with some more for the NBA playoffs this season. I'm excited. Have a nice night.